Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fandom Wire Live here on Popcorn Planet and Fandom Wire. So excited to be here. And today we're introducing a new idea, which is Fandom Friday, where we're going to answer your questions. You guys get to dictate the show. So leave your comments down below, either on YouTube over on Popcorn Planet or Facebook, Fandom Wire. We see them. You're going to pop up during the stream and we're going to have some talk. And I'm so happy to have my guest today here. The editor-in-chief and creator of Fandom Wire, Riley B. Johnson, is with us. Hey, Riley.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm so happy you're here. I want to talk to you about Fandom Wire, how you did it. I have questions for you. I'm going to ask you some. And we also got our writer, Matt Hambidge. What's up, Matt?
Hey, guys. Happy to be here today.
Excited to have you both. Let's have some fun conversations as people start funneling into our stream today. I think this is a good idea, Riley. You said, well, there's no news. It's a slow news day. So let's try and do fan questions. And let's just talk as fans about what we're excited about in fandom, in the news this week, and go from there. I want to lead it because I know we did a brief conversation, Riley, about Fandom Wire, but tell us again, like, how did you start it? Like, it's 1.2 million users over there, and I'm so excited we get to engage with them and have these conversations. But tell us a little bit about sort of the background, because I'm still very impressed with how you pulled all this together.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, basically, as I said in the other video, was that I was in the hospital for like 4 months. I had to graduate high school from hospital bed. Terrible time in my life. But it made me realize that I shouldn't wait to do stuff that I want to do. And so I gave up my scholarships to go to Penn State, start a Fandom Wire, and this is my first business. And we grew. We had a lot of help along the way, but we were able to grow a following on Facebook, and pretty. I mean, that's pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty much.
You're also. I mean, so can you tell us about sort of, because you're in a wheelchair and stuff, like what? To fill people in, so they understand what, like, because you're very open about it, which I think is good. So
yeah. So I have a disease called spinal muscular atrophy. Another YouTuber here on YouTube has that same thing. It's called Scorby and Grubs. You can look them up. I know the guy. He's a good guy. But anyway, yeah, so I had that, and basically I can't walk. Basically my muscles are weak, and they deteriorate over time. But thankfully there is a treatment now, so we can at least stop the progression of the disease, which is great. And I've been taking that for 2 years. It is great, and and we've seen actual improvements from that, which is awesome. And so you look that up, spinal muscular atrophy.
I always like being up front. I'm glad you are too, because some people are going, what's going on? I want people to know, because I respect the hell out of everything you've done, even if you weren't in your condition, which obviously does make it a little bit more challenging. And you've done such amazing work over there. So kudos again. I'm proud of you. I'm so happy, and I'm so excited to be here. Matt, before we get going, why don't you tell where have you any background on you? I mean, how long have you been writing for Fandom Wire?
So I started Fandom Wire last summer, July, August or so. I had sent in kind of an application or open app maybe a year previous to that to one of the guys who's no longer there, and didn't hear anything back. And then last summer he kind of contacted me out of the blue, said, hey, do you still have interest? And I said, absolutely, I'd love to. And I had started my own site previous to that that I'd been going for maybe 6 months at that time, doing a lot of Survivor coverage, the TV show.
Nice.
That's kind of what started it. So I've been recapping that since 4 or 5 seasons now.
Oh, man.
And then doing some movie reviews over there. And so I've been kind of doing the same thing over at Fandom Wire. A lot of reviews, trying to find some weekly articles. I'm doing a weekly streaming review. I'm trying to tie that into what's coming up on maybe the new weekend's releases or a movie's anniversary, get people talking about it again. But really just started, I've always loved to write. So I started kind of like Riley, just there's no time to do it like the present.
Yeah.
And finally took the jump, did my own site, and just trying to find the opportunity I can. So I'm grateful for the chance here. I've been loving my time here at Fandom Wire so far. It's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to work with you guys. I'm excited to get more interactive here on Fandom Wire, which if you guys are watching on YouTube, a lot of my users here are watching on YouTube right at the gate because I stream it both ways, but I'm trying to get you introduced over there. And I want the Facebook users to know that we're here and what we're doing. So go check out Fandom Wire news on Facebook if you haven't already. 100 million, 1.2 million subscribers over there following all the news that we post daily. And then on Popcorn Planet YouTube, a lot of the commenters in here. But so just to make clear, can they see the chat? Yes, we can, Nez. How you doing, Nez? Good to see you. It's time to get some of your comments and questions since this is your episode. Here we go. Riley has a really cool pillow behind him.
Thank you.
Hall, yeah. You have a lot of cool pillows, it seems, behind you, and you always dirty stuff.
Yeah, actually, when I was in the hospital a lot when I was a teenager or a kid, they give out pillows in the hospital, pillowcases. So a lot of these are where that's from.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have a good collection brewing. All right, so scrolling up to sort of see if let's start going through some of these questions. Let's see. All right. Really, Andy, respect the way you've been building something unique on your channel from the ground up. You've done great to bounce back. We can see the efforts you're making, and it's paying off. Thank you, Steve. That's very kind of you. For those that don't know, I was built a channel called Screen Junkies, Honest Trailers, all this stuff, and I knew of a new channel called Popcorn Planet. I'm very excited about, which if you aren't watching, so thank you for that. Love, Steve. Let's see some of that. Just trying to prove to you guys that we can see your comments. Let's start engaging. Good day. Sending some positive vibes towards you, Andy, and Adon. Even though I don't agree with most of your opinions on topics, I still enjoy your content overall. I love that because we don't always have to agree, right?
Right.
It's important that we have these conversations. All right. So it's clearly a slow news day. A lot of nice comments. Thank you guys. Been following for 3 months, subscriber. Yeah, enjoyed the videos. Been watching all of Nerd Wars. I love it. Thank you, Nez. You're an awesome supporter. We got a lot of stuff. Bruce Bain. I like saying that. Bruce Bain is ready for the show. Here we go. Can you do a shout out? Yes, Tony Movie Chappie 98 Neil Bromkampf #1 fan. I did it. In one breath. All right, here we go. He has a real question. Here we go. What are your thoughts on Neil Blomkamp's 3 movies? District 9, Elysium, and Chappie. All right, well, there's a random question I never would have asked if it wasn't Fandom Friday. I'll start. I liked District 9 the best. I liked parts of Elysium. It was a cool concept that I didn't think paid off. At the end of the day, it didn't stick with me. District 9 stuck with me more. And then Chappie, I never watched. So there's my thoughts on those 3. Do you guys have any thoughts on those 3? I wanted to see his Alien really badly. I was excited to see his take on me. But Riley or Matt, any thoughts on this?
I've actually never seen any. Oh, sorry, Riley.
No,
I've actually never seen any of them. These came out kind of when I was a little more selective in my movie watching. These days, I'll go see basically anything I can get my hands on. But so I've actually never seen any of them. District 9. I've been meaning to watch. I keep hearing good things on that.
What about you, Riley?
I haven't seen District 9 or Elysium, even though I want to. I just never get around to it. But I have seen Chappie. And man, that was weird. That was a weird.
I heard, right. It
wasn't the worst thing I've seen. Definitely, like, from what I didn't see his other movies, but from what I saw with Chappie, definitely a step down from, what I heard from his other films. But it wasn't horrible. I enjoyed it. It had some cute moments, and it was okay. It was just okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you're being overly positive, but I'll
a little bit.
Give it a break.
A little bit.
Bruce Bain is back. Give a thumbs up, guys. Absolutely. On Facebook or YouTube, if you're watching, go smash that like button up. It always helps to keep us engaged. There we go. From Sean, it's Friday party time. Yeah, we're starting early.
There we go.
Party. Let's start with the Mulan story. So no Li Shang. Yeah, so this was a big story. There we go. Thank you, Nirvana. We can talk about this a bit. In fact, I can try and pull this up as we're talking. This has been all over internet today. I was debating about covering it, but now we will. Look, it's important. If we're going to cover it, we should go to the source because there's a reason why they're not putting Shang in the film, and they attribute the Me Too movement for it. But I want to make sure I get the quote specifically right. So hold on since you've queued it up, I'm going to go find it's right.
And also Flapchat says, go Buckeyes. Yes, I'm wearing a Buckeyes t-shirt.
Yeah. There you go. Here we go. And here, I found it. All right. Oh, wait, no, not that article. They have a bunch of articles. Here we go. How the Me Too movement changed Mulan's love interest. Let's discuss this, shall we, guys? Hold on. Let me share my screen and add in a Chrome tab. And there it is. Add, share, ba-bang. And now, cool. Now we can see it. All right. So this is what happened. They basically said in this article, I think particularly in the time of Me Too movement, having a commanding officer that is also the sexual love interest was very uncomfortable, and we didn't think it was appropriate. And we thought that it was in a lot of ways that it was sort of justifying behavior of what we're doing everything we can to get out of our industry. We split Li Sang into two characters. One became Commander Tung, Donnie Yun, who serves as her surrogate father and mentor in the course of the movie. The other is Hong Huai, who is her equal in the squad. There's no power dynamic between them, but there is the same dynamic in the original movie. That was with Li Shang, which is, hey, I really respect you, and why do I like this dude so much, and what does this say about me? And we have to have the same dynamic in the movie. I actually think it plays more sophisticated because he's trying to befriend this other soldier who is like, he's ambitious. He wants to be the best student in the class, and all of a sudden the guy's sort of challenging him. He's sort of standoffish also, like, hey, can we team up? We're going to go to war. Let's work this together. And she, because she's got the secret, she's keeping him having to push away, and creates a lot of tension in the movie, and of him being drawn to her being drawn to him. But something she has a secret, she constantly has to push him away. So we're playing with that as well. And I think we remove the ickiness of the power differential. So look, this is becoming a story because for a lot of people, there was sort of this like LGBTQ aspect of like, well, this was a character in drag who was falling for another character, and a lot of other communities, sort of use that as sort of a character they were proud of and happy, and then removing that character got people upset, and now it's clear that this is why they removed the character. Look, I think it's Disney playing it safe. I think it's, from a story perspective, I think it makes sense what they're doing. I don't have a massive problem with it. I wasn't like, I'm more upset it's not Donny Osmond, to be honest. I want to see her saying, make a man out of you. But I think everyone losing their mind over the story. It's I don't think it's really that big of a deal. I understand why they switched the role. It makes sense to me. It's just cleaner for a family film. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any opinion on this topic?
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. And one of the things Disney hasn't been doing with their live action is making enough changes, I think. So Lion King was almost a shot-for-shot remake of the animated. Yep. And it lost a lot of the charm. Someone like me grew up in the 90s. I know that story backwards and forwards. I don't need to see it again. Give me something new, something different. Even something minor like this could end up having a huge impact on how you perceive and enjoy and just watch the movie. So I don't really think it's news because people are making it news, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's only going to help the film, actually.
Yeah, and I think, like Aladdin made some small changes, but honestly, I liked Will Smith as Genie. That was great, but like you said, Lion King was basically shot for shot. Like, there was nothing added to it. If you can change it and make it better, that's why they should be remaking these. Not because and look, they want to make money. Let's not fool ourselves. Say, oh, they're doing this for the money. Well, all studios do it for the money. But the reality is, if you're gonna do it, make it better than the original. Try to do something different, because that's what will make people be like, well, I prefer this one over that one, or that's what will get people talking, is if you actually change it. I'm fine with change, honestly. I was never a big Mulan fan, and I like Mulan, don't get me wrong, but I wasn't like a hardcore Mulan fan, so I don't really care.
Blasphemy, Riley. Mulan, fantastic.
No, don't get me wrong. I love Mulan.
I'm going to take you wrong. How dare you?
I know.
I gotta side with Andy on this one.
Yeah, but I've always been more into like Aladdin's Lion King. That was my jam back in the day. That was what I was into.
Yeah, that was mine too as a kid.
Yeah.
Mulan held up as a really strong film.
Oh, it does.
It's a riskier film. I applaud them, and the music in that film was great. But I'm excited for the remake. So there you go. I don't think this is as much of an issue as everyone's saying. I understand people are upset. I mean, it is what it is. Look, there's a lot of weird Disney story
There
threads
are.
that need to be updated. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
This one's probably not as big as some others, but I do think it's a fair issue that in this day and age we should be aware of. But I never thought like Shang was abusing his power. Like that's what's weird about this.
No, I never thought
And
that.
they're like then putting the spotlight on it. Yeah, well, Shang was her superior, so I don't know. I mean, it's this complicated thing, because of course we got to be careful of power dynamics and abuse of power. But
half the time he thought she was a man, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that was what was happening. That part, I think people are blowing out of proportion. Disney's blowing out of proportion.
yeah, he wasn't like giving her special treatment or demand. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand where the power, just because it does, and they weren't working together at the end when they were in the relationship. So it's like it's not like a job. We're at war. Like I don't. It is a weird stretch for me of why this. Who cares? But at the same time, I understand why it's Disney and they want to be safe. I think they shouldn't have revealed this. They should have just let it be what it is. Like, the story dictated us to go a different way. I don't like them using this story as sort of a way to like get backfire on them in a way, because and I see it in the comments, a lot of people are just angry. Like, what? Why? What? Like it's just it seems like they're trying to be make it happy.
Well, the problem is they're doing this to try to virtue signal instead of saying, hey, we made a change, we think it's better, or even not, like you said, not saying anything and just letting people see it. They're trying to get good press, but they had to know this was going to backfire on them. They had to know.
I agree. I don't think this is one of those things that I don't really care personally, but I
don't either.
Yeah, and it is this. I hate to even use the word virtue signaling, and like I hate that we're getting that into our entertainment politics.
Oh yeah,
but at the same time, this is the example of it, and then they're sort of just it's just do the right thing and don't make pat yourself on the back for it. You know what I mean? Like just do what's right and move forward. So in this case, I can see where we stand. So there we go. That is a pretty popular story I've seen today. Thank you for bringing that up.
I have an interesting question.
Hey, Andres. Sorry, I was just trying to get some more. Go ahead, Riley.
No problem. This one is for me. You said, do you have any alternate plans to host Fandom Wire on a social site in case Facebook goes the way of MySpace? Probably not immediate, but Facebook keeps getting negative press. Yeah, well, a couple things. We talk about that literally all the time. We talk about that all the time.
You're not stupid.
Yes. Today, Facebook, I forget what it is. I forget what outlet.
You got sued for like $7 billion for tax fraud.
Yes. Yeah. So, Facebook, look, they are on the way out. We do realize that. Right now, we're doing okay with our reach. Our community is still on Facebook, but we do have significant, not as significant, but we do have followers on Instagram. We are gonna, try to make some plays for Twitter, other platforms. But the reality is, social platforms right now are not really that great. To be honest with you, I can't name one that's like, wow, they're coming out of the woodwork and like everyone's talking about TikTok. I think it's stupid. I think it's dumb.
It's for kids.
I tried it. I mean, maybe I'm doing it wrong, to be fair, but I tried it.
It's a very specific,
I tried it for FanWire. I got 0 views, 0, like, it was like, what? It was a funny Robert Downey Jr. video, got nothing. And I'm like, what? So, yeah, I mean, there are really, for social media, not really, from a business perspective, nothing that's interesting right now. Nothing is coming out that's like, oh, we have to get on that platform.
Even YouTube is terrible. Yeah. So it's like,
it's hard to grow.
But our audience is on Facebook, so and we still can succeed in Facebook. So we take care of Facebook, and we got good content over on Facebook. So it's a necessary evil.
Yeah, and collectively on Instagram, we've got like, I don't know, 40,000 followers. Not great, but yeah, we have other platforms if, Facebook goes down, but that is something we talked about and we are planning for just in case, and hopefully that doesn't happen too soon. But thanks for the question.
Yeah, good question. All right, so and then thank you. That was a good one to pull. Let's see. Trying to find next. Where was I? Just trying to get through the line. Jose says, "I'm going to watch Mulan. I don't care what the shill media says. I'm taking my chances. Good for you.
There we go.
Yeah.
You do it. You support it. I'm just going to support it. Me and my family are excited for Mulan. I can't wait.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, you are pumped. Good. I don't care if there's no music. I'm actually prefer it. What's up, Tony? Thanks for sticking. Tony's a regular now. I love you, Tony. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see.
Fan Jetcher. No, we didn't think you thought we were stupid. It's fine, dude.
No,
it's
you're
fine.
Did you hear that Faith movie? I still believe will be playing on IMAX this weekend. Bloodshot comes out. In talking about diversity, why haven't we seen more faith-based characters in movies? Interesting question. I mean, I see there's a lot here in Florida that come out. That the one with the girl from This Is Us, about the kid who drowns. What was it called? I don't know. Anyway, that recent one. But anyway,
it had the Oscar-nominated song.
Yeah, it was up for Oscar. Breakthrough. Thank you. They happen. But yeah, I mean, I think. Look, I have no problem with religion. I don't want to be forced anyone's religion. I think it's what's the option of choice of religion is great. So look, I think there's faith characters, and there's the faith characters in a lot of the reality shows I watch. Like I just watched a whole faith section on. Are you guys watching what's it called? Blind Love on Netflix, the show everyone's.
I have not seen it.
I haven't. I've seen some stuff on it. And sounds absolutely wild.
Fascinating. It is fascinating. I'm sucked in. I'm just like. But anyway, episode 1, there's it's these people that meet in they call it pods, and they can only talk to each other, and then they can only meet each other if they agree to propose to each other and accept the proposal. Then they meet, and then they have to marry. And these people are getting engaged in 4 days, after each other. And it's and you're watching oh crap, what is happening? But anyway, there was a whole I believe in there was a whole faith section, and the thing that was really interesting. But my point is I don't know, I see it in the media. I don't think it's not in the media, but I don't think they're going to make an Avengers movie big of a whole point have a whole Jesus monologue in the middle of one of their Marvel movies because that's alienating other people who don't believe in that religion, right? So I get it.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing. I come from a Christian background. And the problem with the faith movies is they're terrible. That's the problem.
That was going to be my point exactly. They're never any good.
And it's the same problem that we criticize Hollywood for today. The virtue signal. It's the same problem. It's the we're gonna push a message without plot. And you have to have a good plot to have a good story, to have a good movie. So that's my views on it. I think, they want to make, and there are some good faith movies out there, but if they're gonna make a faith movie, the plot should be, make it good.
Well, it's a lot of the same plots, right? It's always some sort of belief in the unknown. That's always what those movies are. There's sort of ways to turn you into their religion.
It's a message first. It's a message first.
No, God will save you. That's exactly. And it's make a good story with faith-based characters and don't make it so preachy. And maybe it would actually help.
Yeah, there's thousands of creative people in Hollywood. Someone can do it. But for whatever reason, if studios don't want to push the conservative message or whatever it might be, the good faith movies just aren't being made. Now, KJ Apa has a huge following from his Riverdale, fandom. Yeah. So this one could do well, at least box office wise. Maybe won't be so critically well received, but the young audience can show out and at least maybe make it earn some money.
Yeah,
it's getting IMAX over Bloodshot shows.
That's surprising.
That's wild. I know it's got music to it, so that might be a part of it. Try to get the concert scenes, kind of give some extra exposure. But Bloodshot seems like it's almost tailor-made for an IMAX theater.
Yeah.
Unless if it wasn't shot in IMAX, no. But anyway, are you guys excited for Bloodshot? I'm kind of curious.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't really know the source material, so I'm always excited to kind of be exposed to something new that's out there. But I enjoy Vin Diesel. He definitely has his limitations as an actor, but I love the Fast and Furious movies. Triple X, as bad as they are, they're fun to watch. So I'm excited to see what he can come up with.
And Fan Jexter said they see crack top 10 when they come out. So I guess there is an audience. Yeah, there is. There is an audience.
There is an audience. Yeah.
I totally. And they do well. And that's why these studios keep making them. Because they could. But the problem is
money.
That, yes.
See, like Guado, money.
Yep.
Yes. And here's the great part about it for the studio is they get to just make up basically the same plot over and over again and put it out.
Yep.
And they make more money. So I think if they want to look, there were great stories they could do. If they want to be taken seriously, other than of course they would make money, but that's not Transformers makes money. We want to see good movies.
Yes.
That's what we want to see.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to be taken seriously,
I don't care what you shove down my eyes. Right. Just give me a story, good characters, and I'll listen to whatever you got.
It's compelling and can draw you in, good acting. Yeah.
Amen. All right, let's do some speed round questions. Inside the Booth. Love you, guys. Love you. Thank you, man. Inside the Booth, great YouTuber. Go check out his stuff, too. Thank you for the plug there. XX, Your Disease. After The Invisible Man, what monster movie should they re-envision next? Great question. I really liked Invisible Man, surprisingly. What did you think, Matt? You saw it without spoilers. Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought the first half was great.
Mm-hmm.
The way they played with the tension of is the Invisible Man, is he here? Is he messing with anything? They build it up in such a great way that there aren't the typical jump scares that a lot of horror movies rely on. So I thought they did that almost perfectly. And then it kind of fell apart a little for me, kind of in the third act. And obviously, most of my complaints would kind of go into spoiler territory, so I won't get into that.
Yeah, but I thought it was a little long. That was my biggest thing. Was like it just felt like I agree. The first half was great, and they build this tension through the is he there, is he not, right?
Empty hallway shots, they use that really effectively.
Great at the beginning, but then I felt like it was over. It was like a 2-hour movie. I was like, all right. At a certain point, I was like, all right, now give me Invisible Man moments. I want them. You know it's there. Like, freak me out. That scene where he pulls the sheet off the bed. Like, I wanted more like little invisible freakouts where I'm like, where I get scared at home. And I had a few. I liked it, and she's great. But it was a little long, and I wanted a little more of that. And I could see how some people might think the last act is a little ridiculous, but I was at that point. I was like, yes, please give me invisible action. I want it.
Yeah, there was enough goodwill where the overall product was still good. Just a few maybe nitpicks more than anything, I'd say.
Yes, sir. All right, jumping through some fast forward. Christian, love your channel. Thank you, man. I love your point of view. When you moved out of LA, why did you choose Florida? Great question. It was cheap. It was cheap. It was warm, and I had some family here. And so that was really the reason. Look, I don't miss LA. LA is a beautiful place, a lot of opportunity, but man, that's a tough place to be in sometimes. And there's a lot of people out for themselves, ready to only stab you in the back. And I've heard that from everyone. And it's not just out of bitterness. Like I moved to Tampa, and it's this very diverse, friendly, regular place. I'm just like, wow, it's so less stressful, nice, cheap, easy. I got a lot of good things here, so I can't knock Florida too much, even though there's a lot of alligators and Florida men. I've learned to deal. Let's see here.
I wish I could move somewhere warm. I'm in Pennsylvania.
It's like freezing here, and I'm like, ooh, it's like 768. But yeah, how cold are you in Pennsylvania?
Oh, yeah. Well, right now it's not bad, but sometimes it can get down to 20s or 10s. Yeah, it's not.
I grew up in Philadelphia, so I know. Matt, and where are you, Matt?
Minnesota.
Oh man, so it's really cold.
Yeah, I mean it was about 40 degrees yesterday. I felt pretty warm, but I mean 20 in the winter sounds like heaven on earth to us.
Have you visited the greatest ball of twine in Minnesota?
I have not.
Oh, I drove out for it. I flew out just for it.
Really?
Oh man, big Weird Al fan. Go to Darwin, see it at some point. Don't miss it. It's worth it. Change your life. All right. Sean Castillo. Hey, huge fan from Jody's Corner. Are you in Tampa? I live in Tampa. Wondering if you do any meet and greets in Tampa. Also, have you seen the new Harley Quinn show? Yes, I am in Tampa. You can go to nerdbrew.com. Sometimes they're a crew I'm part of here in Tampa area. If you guys are in Florida or coming near Orlando, Tampa. They do some events and screenings and stuff. So yeah, sometimes you can catch me at some of those screenings or game nights they throw. And then I'm going to be at Tampa Bay Comic-Con most likely this summer. And then MegaCon, I'm going to try and make an appearance at in Orlando. Hopefully for Phantom Wire in here. I'm trying to get access. But yeah, stay tuned. And then as for your question, Harley Quinn show. I've heard good things. I have yet to see it. Have you guys watched it?
Well, I've seen the first episode they showed at New York Comic Con, so I saw that. It was okay. It was funny. But I have not watched it otherwise.
Yeah, it's on. I can't remember what service it's on, but it's one that I don't get.
DC.
Okay, it
It's
is.
on
Yeah,
DC, yeah.
and I've seen a few clips just on YouTube, and it seems enjoyable. And from what I've seen online, the talk is really positive. So I'm glad that DC's got
Something
going that the fans are getting behind and seemingly almost universally behind. But I mean, I've heard good things, and if it comes to anything else, if it ever switches to Netflix or something like that, or I give DC Universe a shot, I'd probably watch it, but I just haven't seen more than just a few clips.
Yep. Well, there you go. I got to watch it, so no, can't more comment. Let me try and. Do you guys think Warner Brothers should fire Amber Heard? Look, I would actually. Here's what I'm going to say. I don't believe in an eye for an eye. I don't believe in it. I don't think that's the way to do it. Now, am I upset with Amber Heard? Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very upset. And I do think we need the media needs to cover it. That's more of my dilemma here. So I want her to get. I want this to be clearer, right? Because it's very complicated. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard stuff, and now Johnny Depp's they're dropping texts of him saying I want to kill her. How many times have we? I mean, somebody then caught Amber Heard yelling about some guy who crashed cars, saying I want to kill it. Like who hasn't said that in severe anger in their lives?
Yeah.
So this whole media storm, I'm starting to this. It's none of our business. It's clearly a toxic divorce relationship, out of hand. I think Johnny Depp got screwed massively. I think Amber Heard didn't say everything she should have said, and clearly there was a lot more to that story. And so my whole point is look, should she be fired? That's not my decision. I don't like her. I don't like what she did. I think she needs to apologize and show more accountability. That's what I really want more than any firing. But I don't like this idea of fire her as someone who's been through that, obviously personally. I don't support the whole burn them. No, we need to get accountability. We need her to take accountability, and we need her to actually address it. That's where I stand on that issue. I don't know if you guys have any comments, but
it's complicated, like you said. It's hard to really get into it. There's so much that we don't know clearly with what's been revealed recently, and like you said, her silence is kind of speaking volumes as well. I haven't seen much, if anything, from her or her team, whatever you want to call it, statement either on on social media or to the press, anything like that. And it feels like it's trying to be swept under the rug a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And if they could acknowledge it and say, we just learned, here's a timeline of when we learned A, B, and C, and at least give the fans the news that they're at least looking into it and taking into consideration different steps. But it seems like they're just going along with the flow and saying, oh, she's signed on, and we're just going to go with it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. Go ahead, Riley. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said, Andy. I mean, I think just getting rid of her is not gonna solve it. But I will say for WB, this looks bad on them a little bit because
they're in a tough spot.
Because in the
don't envy them.
Yeah, in the next movie, that's what all the press is gonna be about.
Yep,
and that's. She
should step down.
Yes.
That is actually what should happen. She's putting them in a tough spot because look, she's not innocent in this. For her to try and claim full innocence on this, neither is Johnny Depp to an extent. They both are going to come out of this dirty. And all the audio dialogue, if you listen to it, that's what he tried to warn her of, and that's why I'm annoyed by it all, because she went and just let his career get tanked. And I don't believe. I mean, dude, do you know how hard it is to get all of your ex-wives to come out and condone you? People aren't actually listening to the facts in this one. I do not believe Johnny. Was he a drunk and did some mistakes? Probably.
Sure.
But when you listen to that man, and you're a fly in the wall of those fights, dude. I'm on Johnny's side on this one 100% because you get a better gauge of what's happening, and I think Amber Heard really has a lot of explaining to do, and she's not doing any, and she's trying to do everything in court and not publicly, and Johnny's been finally an open book. So that's where my allegiance is going to go. Thank you for the super chat that came in from Vitali. How on earth did you get Darren freaking Hayes? Been a huge fan of Savage Garden in my early years. Seeing him pop up out of the blue on the roasts on some of the Screen Junkies Plus shows blew my mind. Wow, deep question. I saw it. I got to pull it. He was a fan. I met him. I also met him at we reached out to him for, I forget why. Oh, because he did comedy. I think it was Joe or somebody out there knew of him, and then he got in, and we found he was a nerd. Or was it one of my friends connected me? I can't remember how I connected with him. And then I ran into him we went to Michael Jackson's nephew's Halloween party where he recorded Thriller, which was crazy. They were fans of Mickey's, and I saw him again there, and so we became friendly with him. He was a massive Star Wars fan, and so we knew that, and so he showed up, and so I knew he was a Star Wars fan. So I asked him if he wanted to do that roast. He was super down. He was a great guy. I was super excited to work with him. I support him and hope he's doing well. I haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, that was a very fun deep cut there. You just pulled the tally. Yeah, that's how he did it. He's just go ask him about Star Wars. He knows that massive collection, crazy stuff. It's wild. With Ness, thank you for support. With you saying that kind of stuff about LA, Andy, kind of makes me nervous. I'm pretty new here, so how are there any good things about people in LA? Look, LA has amazing opportunities. You're going to get amazing like screenings, and you're going to get amazing concerts, and you're going to run into celebrities. You could go to tapings. You can, everyone there wants to be creative. So there's a lot to be, mindful of if you're going there fresh. You just got to be careful because everyone out there has an agenda. Everyone's looking out for themselves, the bulk of them. And you just got to be careful. Just keep doing what you got to do. Just create if you want to create. Go make if you want to make. And just try it. It's very expensive. It's like New York and LA. It's really pricey to live out there, and the traffic is just unrelentingly awful. More than even the people and stuff. But you're gonna have amazing weather, amazing opportunities, amazing stuff. So look at the plus side. Don't let me taint your move to LA. And we got one more. Andy, what are some of your favorite honest trailers that you made? Oh man, it was Deadpool. Making Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds was a dream come true. Like, he literally, I've shared that story before, but I'll share it quickly. I was like, we can't do Deadpool. As soon as I saw Deadpool, I'm like, I turned to Spencer, like, we can't do an honest trailer for Deadpool without Ryan. It's just not going to work. Like, what are we going to do? Like, they were doing honest trailer jokes in the movie. And then I heard through report, I was like, they apparently were going to rip off and do the honest trailer voice in the beginning. They were going to do a whole trailer either at the credits or some point. Tim Miller revealed they were just going to do an honest trailer at some point. So I had heard there might be a shot. I reached out and then finally had the fans just pepper him nicely. And then one morning I woke up and saw he was following me on Twitter, and then he was in my DMs, and I was like, oh crap. And so he was down. I talked him into it. I ended up finding a sound engineer in London because he was shooting the Hitman's Bodyguard at the time. And so I had to find some sound guy, and Ryan didn't know this, but I didn't know the sound guy. I literally went out and found some sound fan. And I was like, who? And I vetted him. I didn't say like, who wants to meet Ryan Reynolds? I was like, hey, I need a sound engineer in LA. And I vetted them, and then I looked them up and made sure they were legit. And then I had this random sound engineer meet Ryan Reynolds and on set in London. And then they recorded in his car because it was the best audio they could find. Wow. All of those lines. It was wild. So anyway, my point is like, even if I was still there, it would never get better than that level to be like the hottest movie, have the talent of that movie, let us write for that character, and have so much fun and free liberty to do what we wanted. That to me was the pinnacle on the ceiling of honest trailers. Like, how are we ever going to do better than that? It was just
that's a good point.
That, it's done. Retire me. And honestly, it never got. I mean, there were other fun ones. Michael Bolton singing Willy Wonka was such a fun, so fun. But anyway, that was my favorite. And Lion King, like the music stuff, but. Those are always my favorite classics, and some of the early ones like Avengers and Dark Knight. Figuring out how to do good movies was really the trick to get honest trailers where it's at. Like, we wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't have said no. We can do Dark Knight. Dark Knight has issues. We're gonna roast it slightly, and that's really what paved the way for honest trailers became what it was. So there you go. Thank you for watching. I'm very proud of the show. No matter how people try to like pull me from that show. They can't. It's my show. I'm very proud of it. I'll always talk about it.
Own it.
And you gotta own it.
I have a question.
For me to own it. Sorry, it was me and Brett Weiner who helped me do that show, and Gannon Nickel who started the original voice, John Bailey. It's a lot of people's show, so I'm very proud of it. I'm gonna always have good thoughts about it.
Say,
Riley?
No, I was gonna say, did Ryan ad lib a lot, or did he stick to the script?
No, he didn't. He stuck to it. What was amazing was there was one joke he didn't understand, and then I don't want to call out of but there was one joke he didn't understand. I'll let the fans try and figure it out. There was one sort of like personal shot when he was like, I don't know what that is. I don't want to make fun of it. And then I wrote back, I was like, no, dude, trust me, if you want to be in the know at the timing, especially when that went down, I was like, trust me, this is one you want to do. And then he looked it up and he's like, afterwards, he's like, all right, fine. He recorded it. And then after it all dropped, he did more research and saw the fans react to that specific joke. He's like, oh man, I'm so glad you made me do that joke. So the fact that he was like, he was such a pro and he trusted us. He let us write it. He let us do it. It was amazing. He made a couple, I guess at the end, some of the starrings and stuff he added. So yeah, he did a little bit. Like he changed the Ryan Reynolds starring thing, I think, but he let us do it. That's why I think he's a genius. Like his marketing stuff so good.
So good.
Yeah, I mean he's exactly who you think he is. He's such a gentleman, such a nice guy, was such a pleasure to work with. Really sad I lost that contact.
I bet.
But I understand, like he's got whatever. But he never spoke ill will of me or anything. But totally the nicest and best guy out there, and I wish him the best. And I'm so grateful for the shot we did because I know he had a blast with it. We all did. And I think he came back for Deadpool 2 after I was gone. And it just didn't seem this. I did watch that one, and it didn't feel the same. I probably wouldn't have done that. I would have brought him back for Avengers Endgame. Like I would have done something way. Bringing him back for Deadpool 2 felt like I mean, of course you'd give Ryan Reynolds is down, you do it, but it would be more fun. Like I was more proud we got him back for Logan because he came back and did a cameo at the end of our Logan trailer, and that was just I didn't think he'd do, and I literally was like, hey, we have a joke at the end of Logan where you show up because we don't know how to make fun of the movie, and I sent it to him with the script, like here's our script pitch, and literally 4 minutes later he sent back the iPhone memo of him recording the dialogue. I was like, oh my God, he's in, we did it. And so my point is, like, I would have rather figured out some outside the box idea for him versus just Deadpool 2, which wasn't. I think they did a roast of on his trailers, and they didn't really roast it as hard as they should have. So anyway, my point is that's impossible to beat. That'll always be one of my favorite Hollywood, not even just honest trailer memories, but Hollywood memories. All right. Well, as we wind down, was there anything in there, Riley, you still wanted to do?
Let me check.
We got a lot of comments. We can't get to all of them, but we'll have to do this again. And you guys should know we're here every day, weekdays at 2 p.m. You guys can ask questions and get involved every day if you got more thoughts you want us to talk about, because we're going to be doing this more often with you guys, get you guys involved in the conversation. How do you guys feel about Henry Cavill playing Wolverine in Captain Marvel 2? Come on.
Yeah, it's not happening, dude.
I did see right before we got on, I saw one comment on Reddit that there is a rumor going on about this. I don't have a chance to look into it. So I don't know where it started from, but
no way. I
don't see it.
No way. And if they really they're going to debut Wolverine and Captain Marvel 2, then Marvel's just shooting themselves in the face.
Here's
the dumbest move they could think of. The Captain Marvel is desperately in need of a good director and writer to make her a good movie before you start throwing more people at her. Like, come on. We got to figure out if she's a worthy character. Captain Marvel was not a good movie.
No, it wasn't. It was one of my least favorite MCU.
I guess I'm in the minority
Michael,
on that one.
I'm just saying because I saw someone from Facebook. Michael Mills, hey, what's up?
Oh, yeah, hey.
Joining us. Were you pulling something?
Yeah, just this one. Yeah.
Do you think after Black Widow death, do you think that is going to affect box office of Black Widow? Look, I for a record, I do not think Black Widow will be as big as the others.
No.
Granted, Marvel's had a little bit of time, so we haven't seen one in a while. So people are probably like, oh, I want another one, but I don't think this movie is going to be as big as they think.
I think one thing people might not be, or might be underestimating is Florence Pugh. And just because she had a monster 2019 and people love her. And I mean, I'm in the fandom of her right now too. She's great. And she might not that she'll make up the difference of it, but she could help draw in a part of her new audience as well, just by the fact that she's in the movie. And then Marvel's just a machine. I mean, I don't know if it's going to cross $1 billion, but I don't see it flopping by any means. Maybe by Marvel standards it will, but it's going to be a success. I feel like it's almost impossible for them to not have a financial success at this point.
Here's some news.
Oh no, that's never ever happening.
That's not happening, guys.
No, well, they don't own the guys who own the rights, Bob Gale, and they it's like in their contracts, on their wills.
Yeah,
they cannot make a sequel without. And they've Christopher Lloyd has tried forever. He's like, please give me another one. I'll do anything. And they're like, nope. There will not be a Back to the Future sequel in our lifetime. Now, maybe after everyone's dead and someone burns the will, maybe, but no, they're not. Back to the Future is sealed and done. Which you know what? I'm okay with. I love that they're like, don't touch certain things, because I watched those with my kid and they loved them. They hold up.
Oh, I love it. I
Why do we
love
need
that.
another one?
Listen, I love Back to the Future, but come on, Tom Holland as Morty. Come on,
It was a good mashup with that
that's not.
shift or whatever.
They gotta do that.
Those deep fakes are scary though, with what they can do with
They
those
are.
now.
I know. Like Robert Downey Jr. as Doc. I listen. I love Back to the Future, but I would be totally fine if they remade it. But they gotta make it their own. Like we were talking about with Disney earlier. They got to do something different.
I agree.
I
am not with you. I don't think we need it. I think it's too
no,
rich.
we don't need any movie. But, I mean, but I mean, I'd be okay with it. As a big Back to the Future fan, I'd be fine with it.
Well, there you go. I'm not, but I'll allow Riley to be okay with it. Well, I did want to ask before we sign up. What are you talking about? There's a BBC One interview. It's being blown out of proportion of what? You gotta leave me.
What?
Yeah, leave me a comment so I know what you're talking about. All right, and then I didn't know Matt was feeling the Poe so much, but yeah, the Florence Poe. He's. I don't know if she's $1 billion draw, dude.
No, not that she's $1 billion draw, but she had Fighting with My Family, Little Women, and Midsommar. I mean, her performances were hailed in all of them.
Yeah,
and she's just
up and coming.
She's just growing. She's growing her fan base, and with 3 monster movies in 1 year, and she's big on social media. People love following her. She's just got a big fandom. Whether or not that'll translate to box office numbers remains to be seen. But I think it could give it a little bump.
We'll see. We'll see. He was talking about Tom Holland. He was saying the Tom Holland interview talking about Back to the Future was why. That's what he was talking about. Okay, now I'm clarified. Okay, anything else, Riley or Matt, you want to add before we wrap up this stream before it's too long?
I don't see anything else.
Go see Invisible Man if you're looking for a good movie. Hasn't been a lot so far, so
I agree.
Go see it.
It's a good Blumhouse cheap remake. The beautiful thing about Blumhouse is I read is they get these actors to come in for nothing because they give them profit. They give them profit sharing. So it's very interesting, and that gets them to come do it, right? Because then we suddenly are they get profit that way, and so I love it. So I think we got to support it. So these actors take these chances and do these little smaller budget horror indies, so we can get more of them because then there's windfalls for all of them. So I said, all right, hold on, I just got a quick orders. Bam, bam, bam. We'll do this quickly. Thank you for the support over on YouTube because that helps me going. So, guys, are you looking forward to seeing Colin Farrell as Penguin, Paul Dano as Riddler and Batman? I'm hyped for that casting alone. Yes, Roos. I love your name. Roos Bane. Come on. You better be on here every week because I want to say that name every time you comment. I actually dig it. Everyone's like, why isn't Colin Farrell fat as the Penguin? No, Colin Farrell's fantastic. And his take is going to be awesome. And Paul Dano is going to be terrifying as Riddler. That dude,
seems like a perfect fit.
Yeah, I mean, Prisoners. Come on, dude is good. I love it in a commercial thing. So I am hyped for the Batman. I think we all agree, right? There's nothing there that's like in danger. Yeah. Hey Andy, what do you think about the notion that Emma Fyffe and Roxy are on all movie pundit platforms? Sometimes we watch different shows for variety. What gives? I don't know. I don't have a problem with them. I mean, I have some personal problems with one of them, but I'm not going to get into it here. I've gotten into it previously. But yeah, look, good for them. Good for them. Watch what you want to watch. But yeah, I got no beef with Emma Fyffe, and I have a little bit of a beef with Roxy because she's called me out on something that I didn't do, and I wish she would address that. So I will always defend myself if someone asks me about that. But yeah, I mean, she's allowed to work. Everyone's allowed to work. I don't want to cancel anybody. But watch whatever you want to watch, and if you don't like someone on it, like me or them, then you can tune out and watch something else. That's the nice, beautiful thing about YouTube. So many options. And then one more, Justin Proper. You guys heard of the Back to the Future musical? It's showing in Manchester. New songs have a Huey Lewis vibe. A film adaptation of it would be your remake. Well, that's an interesting take. What about if they did something completely different like that?
Yeah.
Well, maybe, right?
I'd be into it. I'd love to see the musical, but I'd be into it.
I remember watching Evil Dead the musical up in New York. It was like off Broadway. It was really fun. So some of those like off-Broadway movie musicals that end up popping up can actually be a pretty good blast. So that's an interesting take, Justin. That way it's something different, and maybe that's something they could legally get away with.
Maybe.
Who knows? And then, Michael, we reported on this, Michael. But yeah, you want to talk about that, Riley?
Yeah. We have an exclusive scoop. You can go to fandomwire.com. We talked about that. We have some character breakdowns. We did really well. Which that reminds me, the Candyman trailer came out yesterday, and we
Well, I was
were
going to say
right.
before you even jump from that, yeah, if you just search
Yeah.
up FanWire Uncharted, you'll go check it out, our Uncharted article here with my nice Photoshop job that tricked
That
me.
was good.
But yeah, we have a lot of exclusive details over there, as well as you were about to say our Candyman scoop, which did really well. But we called it. Everyone there's a lot of people. Let me take this one for you, Riley, because
Yeah.
I know there's people out there who are trying to say Fandom Wires like we got this covered and it's nonsense clickbait and blah 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 blah. No, we actually get a lot of stuff correct, and the one we got correct was that we called the what's it called? The Candyman trailer just this week. So I love when we can say, see, we're not those guys. We do get stories correct. So there you go. I got your back.
Way more correct than wrong. And but here's the thing with the internet: people are always going to remember negative. They never remember the positive. I'm sure you deal with that a lot, Andy.
Yes.
It's just the internet. So it is what it is.
But yeah, here's our trailer info that we call, and some other fun stuff in there that you can watch. And then also my exclusive. Nobody really clicked on it. I was disappointed, but I had some exclusive details over there on Super Mario Brothers that I hope. I don't know why, but you guys can go learn about the new Super Mario Brothers movie over on fandomwire.com. So fandomwire.com or Facebook, Fandom Wire News, to learn a lot of cool, fun takes. So check it out. I saw one more come in as we wrap things up. Which I could talk all day, but I know the algorithm doesn't like super long movies. Master Penguin, thank you for the support on YouTube. I love my fans on YouTube. What is your opinion on hot air balloons? Well, I did say ask me anything. I'm not a fan of heights, to be honest. I constantly get shaky if I'm up too high, and especially if I'm not secured. So I have a fear of heights. I have been on a hot air balloon once, and it was terrifying. I had to stay in the middle of it. I couldn't, looking over the edge freaked me out. But I think they're pretty. They're nice, pretty opportunity, ways to take someone out you love and surprise them in a hot air balloon. Cool. But yeah, overall, I'm just not a fan of heights. I constantly attempt to push that. I follow the Will Smith, mantra of there is no fear. The Cypher Rage After Earth, Will Smith. There is no fear. It's all in your head. I'm always teaching my kid that, actually, surprisingly. But it's I try to I'll do roller coasters. I'll do those things just to sort of push myself to say, see, you're alive. What do you guys? Do you have any death fears you want to reveal to the audience that you sometimes push to try to beat?
Not a fan of heights. I would never get on a hot air balloon unless it's the one from The Good Place. That one I'd probably step on. But an actual one high up in the air with fire and whatever else is made out of, not for me.
I'd be okay with it. I'm not terribly afraid of heights. As long as as long as I'm assured that we're not going to fall to our deaths, I'll be okay.
Yeah, right. It's just about security. I just want to make sure there's something keeping me locked in.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever feel completely secure on one.
Well, that's the thing. As a heavy set guy, I'm like this. I can't. I'm going to break this chair. I'm going to break this roller coaster thing. There's no way. I'm just sometimes the fear gets to you. Well, no, this is Disneyland. It's a very expensive roller coaster. That's tons higher than you. So I think you're okay. But sometimes it gets to you. Anyway, I can't think of Marky Mark without thinking of Michael Bay. He comes to me as too aggressive to work with Tom Holland. No, I think it's going to work. Mark,
it'll work.
Great stuff. Come on.
Robert can do it.
Yeah. Say hi to you for me.
Yeah, no, he's great. I love Mark. Tom Holland's great. They're great actors. They'll be fine.
There you go, Riley. So would you go skydiving like in what was the movie with the Brian? Where they had the guy in the wheelchair, Bryan Cranston, and Kevin Hart.
Definitely not.
It's doable. We could get you on that. I saw he did it.
We could, but I will not. No, thank you.
Matt, would you do it?
Never.
No,
never. I'd get on a hot air balloon before I'd go skydiving, I think.
I agree. Skydiving is a whole nother animal. No,
dude, not going to do it. He says it's fun. Sorry, I love you, Justin, but no, not.
No,
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that it's not super fun, but the nerves that I would have up there would not make up for it.
No.
Yeah, no. Actually, this is will Disney? Thank you, the novice. Will Disney Plus Moon Knight equal the best unintentional comedy since Episode 9?
No idea.
Yes, because Disney. I did a story yesterday where Disney has been cutting things because it's not family friendly enough. And so we had a whole debate on yesterday's show about like Jody from Jody's Corner dropped in and was saying like Disney's messing up everything because you can't make The Mandalorian like with actual violence. And like if The Mandalorian was on any other network, we'd be getting like the best TV ever. But there's no way it's going to be able to maintain its excellence. And I think he has a point. But it's interesting because Moon Knight should be way darker. And the fact that that's going to be on the family-friendly Disney Plus, that worries me. I'll be honest. But I think it depends who they have a good showrunner who did the Umbrella Academy. I love that show on Netflix. So look, I think it has potential. We'll see. I need to see more before I'm going to call it an unintentional comedy.
I mean, I listen. I think you're right. I mean, what they should have done is allowed PG-13 stuff. They should have. I mean, they do, but for their shows, they don't. It's all, what is it, PG? I'm not familiar with the TV ratings that much, but yeah, I mean, I think they should have allowed a little bit more action, violence, whatever, to make the show better.
Yeah, no, I will. We shall see. Obviously, we still need to do casting. We put a fun post up on Fandom Wire yesterday about who's going to be the best casting. I think it's the Logan Michael Marshall or whatever his name is. The guy who looks like Tom Hardy, who was an upgrade.
Oh, Logan Marshall Green.
Logan Marshall Green. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's to me is like my choice. Although I would love Shia LaBeouf or Daniel Radcliffe to do it. Those would be fun choices. I just don't think they're realistic at all. And Daniel Radcliffe has come forward and said they haven't asked him. Now that could be a lie. But he did make a point to say, no, that's BS. I'm not talking to them. They haven't reached out. So it all depends who they cast too. The guy from The Invisible Man is the other front runner, apparently. Who I think is meh. He didn't blow me away in Invisible Man.
Which guy from Invisible Man?
The boyfriend who shows up at the end. I shouldn't say. We see his face a little bit toward the end. But that guy.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Anyway, that's all I got. You guys good? Anything else you want to add?
I'm
got
good.
a lot more than I thought. Thank you for the support from my YouTube family. I appreciate it. And all you watching on Fandom Wire, join us again every Tuesday. Riley, you seem to like dogs. Favorite dog breed?
Well, I have a Chinese crested and a Chihuahua Yorkie mix. I've always wanted a Chinese crested. Those are the ones that are like half hairless. I've always wanted one of those, and I got one of them, and he's pretty awesome. You'll probably see him in the pictures. Dexter, I'm sure. Go on Instagram. You'll see him.
Dexter's service dog, right? You'll find him.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
All over. You can't.
Yeah. So I love dogs, and I would say Chinese crested is my favorite breed, just because of that.
I'm a cat guy, but I love dogs too. I had a poodle when I was a kid that I loved named Pumpkin. Oh, I miss Pumpkin. But yeah, Matt, dog guy, cat guy?
Dog, absolutely. We had a beagle for about 15 years. I think she was getting up there, but they kind of walk the beat of their own drum a little bit, but they're good dogs. Definitely want to get out of the apartment into a house. So dog is on the list.
I got 3 kids now, so I'm just like, a dog. I would love a dog, but I'm like, it's not enough.
I will
Especially
say,
as a puppy, it's basically another kid at that point.
Exactly. Like, ugh.
I will say Chinese cresteds, and Chinese cresteds are really, really low maintenance. So that would be something to do.
All right, good to know.
If you wanted to get a dog, that would be my suggestion.
At some point, I might. You have to have a yard. Easier to have a yard in Florida, but then now the problem with Florida is there's alligators who might eat my dog.
See, my dog,
Yep, can't have that.
Because his paws are, not a lot of hair. He doesn't like to go outside, especially if it rains or snows. So he likes to stay inside.
I got a quote on Master Penguin. He's like, "You're not because my YouTube they keep paying."
Yeah, I know.
So like, I'm gonna answer if you guys send them in. They got to pay my bills. NES, thank you. Want to call out on Tony Movie Chappie 9 Blomkamp #1 fan because he's hating for no reason. This guy paid $10 to say this, so I'm going to say it.
Wow.
He commented that Riley is annoying and deleted the comment. I called him out and he changed his name. Well, come on, Ness. Look, I appreciate it. I'm going to call it out because you're a supporter of mine and I appreciate it. But Tony Movie Chappie, I don't know what he's talking about.
A lot of
about Neil Blom. Are you Neil Blomkamp in disguise?
I know.
Our stream. But yeah, be nice to Riley. Riley's the best. And I don't know why anyone's saying he'd be annoying. He's not. I'm the annoying one if you're going to pull an annoying person of this trio. Anyway, thank you for trying to step out, Ness, but I'm good. I can push people out if they're being too obnoxious.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I mean, I didn't even see that one. I didn't
even watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a lot coming in. I don't even see him. But when you super chat on YouTube, it probably sends me a big color, and then I'm like, well, I gotta support my YouTube when they ask.
He said that's not true. So okay. I don't know.
There's a lot. Full credit. That's not true. And I always like to hear both sides. So Tony, I don't know, but NES did drop $10. So Tony, come on.
Yeah.
Stefano Padilla. What movie this year that's not been talked about are you excited for? I'm on the Monster Hunter type train. Oh, good point. We just posted the 2 posters over the Facebook page on Fandom Wire. They look cool. I like Tony Jaa, Mila Jovovich, and Badass Swords. I'd watch that. Is there, as we try to wrap things up, is there a movie you guys are most looking forward to in 2020? Are you looking at movies in 2020, Matt?
I'm just looking through a list here. I mean the big ones, obviously Tenet. I'm a big Christopher Nolan guy.
Yeah.
I mean, who isn't? But that's the big one. But as far as under the radar movies, I'm just scrolling through a list here. So you want to jump in, Riley?
Remember what else is coming this year? Ooh. It's not as big of a year.
I think I'm pumped for Promising Young Woman. Have you guys heard of that one? It's the Carey Mulligan. It was a big hit at I think just Sundance.
Yeah. There's a deep cut, yeah.
She's supposed to be just phenomenal in it. It's supposed to be kind of violent but fun. Like it's a big like mixture of that. That one's supposed to be quite good.
Yeah, and I'm trying to let's see. We got and then for here I'll add it. This is a good. We could have probably done a whole stream just on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Stefano, but now since you wanted to hear it, we got it here. Hold on, wait, I didn't put it in the.
I definitely say I never talked about it before the stream. No Time to Die. Not a ton of movies that I'm gonna be honest. Not a ton of like super excited for. Like
here's all the movies. So starting in April, we have we can really go through Trolls, the World Tour. We got Peter Rabbit. We got New Mutants. The Love looked pretty good. I'll give it that one. Oh, Free Guy. Ryan Reynolds. Free Guy. I guess that's an obvious choice.
Yes.
Antler looks interesting. And then we have Black Widow. I'm not excited about Black Widow. Sorry.
I'm not that one.
We have Scoob. Actually, it looks pretty adorable.
It does.
I was surprised by that. Wonder Woman, duh. I think Soul is going to be the Pixar movie of the year. They seem to put their favorite later. And then we got, I think In the Heights actually is going to be really surprising, fun summer sleeper. The music in that's fantastic, and the trailer was really killer. Top Gun, are you guys excited for Top Gun?
Absolutely. I mean, Tom Cruise, Christopher Corey, I'm in.
All right. There, I'm with Ryan. The King of Staten Island, I'm very curious about. Judd Apatow hasn't made a good movie in a while, but I'm so curious if Pete Davidson can actually like be someone funny. And Bill Burr, it is a weird, that could be interesting, written by Bill Burr. And then Ghostbusters. I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters. I'll be honest, I am. That's what I want to see. And then we have anything else? Bill and Ted 3. Yes, sign me up. Inject it into my veins. I don't care. And then we have, there's a lot. Yeah, that's it. A lot of these movies in September and October sort of will adjust. Venom 2, I'm curious.
That's a good word to describe the Venom.
Eternals, I mean, I'm curious. Godzilla versus Kong, I'm curious. Raya and the Last Dragon could be a really strong Disney picture. Again, I got to see more, but the stuff I did see looked kind of interesting. Dune, that's one that I know a lot of people are stoked for. That I got to see more, but that could be a huge. It could be Blade Runner 2049 and not do that well, or it could be massive. West Side Story from Spielberg will probably be a huge movie that year. And Coming to America too. I'm excited for that. And I'm curious about Chris McKay, who did Lego Batman movie, doing Tomorrow World with Chris Pratt. That could be some crazy, awesome sci-fi movie. There we go. We went through enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel as big as this year, but there's going to be hits in there that come out of nowhere or that Netflix kind of surprises us with. But I mean, 2019 was a pretty strong year, especially at the end of it.
Yeah.
So I think people are still kind of feeling the hangover of that a little bit.
For sure.
There'll be some hidden gems for sure.
Oh man.
We had one more from the Novus. Upgrade and Quiet Place are my favorite. I would say Quiet Place 2 is really another one I'm really excited this year, which comes out next month. So the Novus, thank you for the support and the reminder, because Upgrade. If you guys have you guys seen Upgrade?
Yeah, I loved it.
It is so good. That is one and not enough people saw. Have you seen it, Riley?
No, I haven't.
Will you put it on your list for me and then come back and tell me we were right? Because
same director as The Invisible Man.
Yeah, and it was so fun. It was like it's like almost like a RoboCop remake the way it should have been, like a new Blumhouse version of how would you do RoboCop today or in a different picture. It's not. It's different, but the idea is similar. But then they do something new with it. I don't want to spoil it. Just go watch it.
It's awesome. Yeah.
If you don't know anything about it, just go watch it and see. It's freaking cool. So yeah, I agree. Logan Marshall Green, great choice. Why didn't I think of that? I thought James McAvoy. Yeah, no, Logan's my choice. I think, and he's like, it's like, what's great about Logan Marshall Green is when you get him, you get someone who looks like Tom Hardy, who's not Tom Hardy. I was gonna say, look at this. As Logan Marshall, I got to learn his name. He's got two names. I'm still getting used to you, Logan. But look at this guy and tell me that he's not Tom Hardy.
That does look like Tom Hardy. I mean, that's Tom Hardy.
Like, look at that guy.
That's Tom Hardy.
That's Logan Marshall Green.
Yep.
Wow.
That's Tom Hardy, and that's Logan Marshall Green. They're not brothers. That's the thing that's sort of frustrating about him. But like, that is weirdly close. No?
Yeah, it is.
So for Logan Marshall Green as what's his name, Moon Knight, you get like people will think, oh yeah, Tom Hardy's in that, cool, and you don't have to pay him Tom Hardy prices. But that is a really weirdly close, similar look. I didn't realize that they were that bad. But anyway, yeah, James McAvoy would be an interesting choice too because he was great in Split. So playing those multiple personalities. All right, guys, wow, you're really showing love today. This is more than you typically give me on YouTube. Corey Timmons, thank you, man. Why not adapt comic? Because normies don't read. Why not adapt comic? Because normies don't read comics. Why not adapt comic? Can you guys make sense of this comic?
Yeah, I'm
not quite sure what he's going for.
I'm trying, man, but I think you just didn't want to pay the extra $1 to get more words. And so now I don't know because it limits your words. So now, why not adapt comic? Because normies don't read comics. I don't know. I don't understand. Why not adapt comics? Yeah,
they do.
They do. Yeah. I don't understand the dilemma.
Yeah.
Corey, sorry. I appreciate your support. I'm trying, but I'm not fully understanding. And then we got one from Robin. Even though it'll suck, Artemis Fowl is my favorite book. I actually I heard a scoop that the trailer drops on Monday.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's another Fandom Wire exclusive for you. Ooh. Those who stuck around near the end. But yeah, I haven't read the books. It looks cool. It looks interesting. I hope looks a little darker.
Yeah, I read the first two, I think, when they came out. And there's a bunch now, but I enjoyed them for what they were. So I'm curious about that one. It'd be a little bit of a nostalgia play for me, but not holding out big hopes for that one, but we'll see.
All right, and then last question from Master Penguin, unless someone tries to throw more in. What is your opinion of automatic transport trucks eventually taking truck drivers' jobs? You know what this is weird because I did notice it. They're at one of the malls here in Tampa. They have a robot ice cream parlor. And so literally it's like a frozen yogurt stand that literally just spits out the yogurt by robots. There's no one in the store. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. But yeah, and now Walmart's doing it too, to the extent of the automated checkouts. They don't need baggers there. Elon Musk is in the chat room. I don't know what these automatic like these new Elon Musk trucks you're saying are just going to eventually take over. Yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, absolutely.
It'll happen.
It's going to get crazier and crazier. So everyone needs to get go to dental school or something that they can't automatically take out right away and find a career you're interested in, because I agree. There's going to be a lot of jobs that are going to start going the way because people want to save money.
And I'm just thinking of the Simpsons episode where Homer has to drive the semi truck. I think I was a big Simpsons fan, but then it's got an automated robot driver thing, and so it's a whole scam by all the truck drivers.
Yes, that's a newer one. Wow, you're quoting a new Simpsons. We had a big argument the other day about that too.
Is that newer?
Simpsons, isn't it?
Gosh, I mean, so much of it just runs together now.
Middle?
I probably stopped watching, weekly in the late teens or 20s. So I know like 1 through 8 or so pretty well, and then I've seen a spattering since then.
Yeah, we had a pretty big fight about that because I was like, is it actually still good? I would say it's not as good, but you can't. The question was, is Family Guy better than Simpsons? I was like, just for the first 12 seasons alone, yes. There's no way to combat it. But what did you guys?
I will say real quick about the driverless trucks. It's going to be a problem. It will disrupt the economy a little bit. But like the free market, it will correct itself and people will be able to have jobs elsewhere. I mean, I think that's ultimately what will happen. Robots, a little nervous about robots taking over the world, not gonna lie. But
yeah, I mean, to be honest, because you without a lot of technology, you'd be in trouble yourself.
Oh, I would.
That's why you got to watch Upgrade. You yourself will be. It's like a nightmare for you.
Yeah. It's like
the whole premise of Upgrade is imagine if a computer could make you like move everything for you.
Wow.
And what happens? I want to see Riley's review next time you're on.
Definitely.
Riley's review Upgrade is we got to do it. So tell me when you watch it, so we'll make sure we review because you have such an interesting perspective. From the movie of that I would fascinate to listen to. So you got to watch it. So this is a question. Actually, you were asking a weird question, matchmaking, but it got me to realize we got to actually see that. And then Corey did correct his question. Follow the comic book and adapt it like it is told. They are some of the best damn stories to be told. Make the movie like it. You're just saying adapt it directly like the comic. Don't keep changing it. I see what you're saying because most movies aren't reading comic books. You're correct. That's a fair thing to say. Most filmmakers don't want they want to make their own stamp on it, right? They want to make it seem like it's theirs and not just say, well, it's like Zack Snyder doing Watchmen. Mm-hmm. What did he do? He made the comic look like a movie, but without the emotional stakes.
I will say though, there are comics you can't adapt to screen without some adaptations. You just can't. Mm-hmm. And so there are comics you just have to do that. I mean, a lot of the movies that people praise don't directly adapt.
Yep.
Winter Soldier, Civil War, Avengers, Dark Knight. I mean, they all don't directly adapt. So I'm okay if they change it up. What I'm not okay is, I'm not okay with changing the core fundamentals of a character. That I'm not okay with. Everything else, change it. I don't care.
Well, there you go. I don't disagree. And then I see a happy 20th. Oh, sorry, did I click this? Happy 20th anniversary to Perfect Blue. I have no idea what that is.
No idea.
It's an anime, and I looked it up for you, Genshi, because I know he loves anime. But there you go. It's the 25th anniversary of Perfect Blue. Does anyone know this in the comments? No one's a bigger anime fan than Genshi. If we ever need animated news or anime news or any of that, he's the man to go to. But there you go. I gave you a plug. Happy 23rd anniversary, Perfect Blue. I'm not going to hate on it. He thinks I always hate on anime. I'm not a huge fan. And NES, thank you, NES. Love you guys. Bye. Thank you. And love you all. Bye as well. What a perfect way to end with the 25th anniversary of Perfect Blue and this stream. I appreciate you guys all coming on and supporting us today. Again, like I said, we do this every weekday at 2 p.m. And I'm hoping to get both of you to come back as often as you can, as well as some of my other friends. We had Lewis, we had Jody. I'm trying to get some celeb drop-ins. So stay tuned. This will become a fun new neighborhood to hang out with us. Come back anytime on Facebook, over on Fandom Wire News, and YouTube over on Popcorn Planet. Your one-stop shops for all entertainment. Riley, anything you want to wrap up or mention before we wrap out?
No, I think it was a good show, and glad I could be here today with you guys, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad we could have you too. Always good to have you. And Matt, great to have you in an introductory stream. You held yourself well. Come back anytime, sir. Keep up.
Happy to.
Looking forward to doing more together. And thank you, guys. Thank you also, Lewis, who's been on all week. Thank you, Lewis, for stepping in this week as you did over a Nerd Report. We got a lot of love in the family over here and people in the stream, so I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for all your support over on my YouTube channel. All you guys who showed support today always helps. I appreciate that a ton. And to the new people over everywhere else coming over there, my YouTubers coming over to Facebook. Let's make this one big happy family. Have a lot of fun conversations. Looking forward to it. This was great. Thank you for it. I agree. Thank you, Vitaly. Stick around. We'll see you next week. Next Monday at this time, and I'm sure we'll have some other videos and stuff you can find on our channels in the meanwhile. So in the meanwhile, have an awesome weekend, everybody. Enjoy yourself, and make sure to check out the feed over on Fandom Wire News on Facebook. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Always forget it's 2 clicks.